In this question, it is given to you that ABCD is a square. Okay, that means all the sides are 90 degree, and all the interior angles are 90 degree, and all the sides are equal. EFGH are points on the sides AB, BC, CD, and DA. If you see, I have taken these points EF, G, and H. These points I have taken on the sides AB, BC, CD, and AD of the square. And how have I taken these points? I have taken these points such that in the question, if you see, these points have to be taken such that AE must be equal to BF. So this AE must be equal to BF. You have to take in these points in such a way. Okay. And also you have to take these points such that CG is equal to DH. CG and DH. That means all these four must be equal. You have to take these 4 points EFGH in such a way that these four are equal. Okay. Now, question is very interesting. You have to prove that EFGH is a square. Okay, so after taking these points, I join them and I form a quadrilateral. You have to show that this quadrilateral is a square. Okay, okay. My question to you: if you want to show that this quadrilateral is a square, what do you have to show?
Sir, all sides are equal.
Okay, first, all sides are equal. Next, what else do you have to show?
The interior angles are 90 degree.
Exactly, the interior angles are 90 degree. If you can show these two, then you can say that this is definitely a square. Okay. So let's proceed with showing that all the sides are equal first. Okay. Then we'll show that all the angles are interior angles are 90 degree. First, we will show that all the sides are equal. Okay. Okay. So if I suppose if I take each side of the square to be A, I have done it in the proof in a little different manner. So you can go through this. Otherwise, this is an easier way of way in which I am doing for you. Okay. If I take all the sides of the square to be A, and I take each of these to be B, each of these lengths to be B, because these are given to be equal. So I can take these lengths to be B. Right? So I write here, let AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to AD is equal to A. And AE is equal to BF is equal to CG is equal to DH is equal to B. Okay. Then what are the remaining lengths? How much is this length here? A minus B, right? And how much is this length here? This is also A minus B. This length is A minus B. And also this length is A minus B. Yes, this is clear. So therefore, what can I write? EB is equal to CF is equal to DG is equal to AH is equal to A minus B. Okay, fine. So now what to do? Now what we'll do is we want to show that this side is equal to this side. Okay, that is the side HE is equal to side EF. That means the adjacent sides are equal. And how do we show? We will show that this triangle is congruent to this triangle. Okay, how is it congruent? Can you see whether they are congruent? Can you see just from the figure that they are congruent? Can you
Yes.
see? Okay, by what axiom? First, this is 90
So
degree
by
definitely.
side angle side.
SAS.
By
Sir, side
SAS.
angle side.
Yes, exactly. So in triangle, we'll do the proof here. In triangle, AHE and triangle EBF. Okay, which two sides are equal first of all? First of all, AE is equal to BF. Okay, this is given to you. Next, what is the other side that is equal? AH is equal to EB. right? As shown above. Here, if you see, AH is equal to EB, right? And what else?
The right angle.
Right angles. Angle HAE is equal to angle FDE. Each interior angle of a square is a right angle. So therefore, these two triangles are congruent. Triangle AHE is congruent to triangle EBF. Now, if these two triangles are congruent, then what can we say about these two lengths? 90 degree, opposite to this is this. The opposite to this is this. Okay, and we'll write the axiom also. Let's write the axiom. This is by SAS axiom. Okay. So once we have proved congruency, now you see that these two are 90-degree angles and opposite to this is the hypotenuse. So obviously these two must be equal. Therefore, EH must be equal to BF. EH must be equal to BF. Right? So we have shown that in this quadrilateral, this side is equal to this side. Now we are going to show that this side is equal to this side, which we can do very similarly. If I can show that this triangle here and this triangle here are congruent, then I can say that these two are equal. But we don't need to do the proof because we have done one proof here for these two triangles. We can just write similarly. Okay. So we write similarly triangle DHG DHG is congruent to triangle GCF. GCF, that is, refer to your figure on the left side. Okay. So similarly, I have shown that these two triangles are also congruent. Okay. So now once I have shown that these two triangles are congruent by CPCT, now what can I say? That this side GH must be equal to this side, right? So I can write here HG or GH is equal to GF by CPCT, right? So if you see, what have I shown? I've shown these two, the adjacent sides are equal, the one that I have marked in red, and I have also shown that these two sides are also equal. That means in this quadrilateral, adjacent sides are equal, right? So since EH is equal to BF and HG is equal to GF, therefore the adjacent sides of the quadrilateral EFGH are equal. But is it sufficient to show adjacent sides are equal to say it is a square? Yes, is it sufficient?
No, sir.
Then if I have already shown adjacent sides are equal, what do I have to show next to say that all the sides are equal? See, this side here is equal to this side here, right? This side here is equal to this side here. Now, if I can show that this side is equal to this side, then can I say all the sides are equal?
Yes, sir.
Yes. That means I simply have to show that the opposite sides of this quadrilateral are also equal. Now, in order to show that the opposite sides are also equal, you need to show two triangles again congruent. So which triangle do you need to show? This triangle here and this triangle here. You need to show that these two triangles are congruent. Then by CPCT, you can say HG is equal to EF. Right? Am I right or wrong? If I can show that these two triangles are congruent, then by CPCT, I can say HG is equal to EF, right? So once I show that these two sides are equal, then I can say all the sides are equal of this quadrilateral, right? So let's proceed to prove the congruency of these two triangles. So again, this congruency is also by SAS, isn't it? isn't it? This side is equal to this side. Also, this side is a minus b, this side is a minus b, and this angle is obviously 90 degree. So therefore, by SAS you can say that the triangles are congruent. So let's prove this. In triangle DHG, and triangle EFB. First of all, the angles. Angle HDG is equal to EBF. Is equal to 90 degree. Why? Because each interior angle of a square is the right angle. Right? Next, what are the sides? DH is equal to BF. Next, the side with the length A minus B is DG. DG is equal to EB. This was given to you. This is as shown above. Okay, so triangle DHG is congruent to triangle EFB. Therefore, by CPCT, what can you say? HG is equal to EF. That means this side here is equal to this side here. HG is equal to EF. HG is equal to EF. Right? So, therefore, the opposite sides of the quadrilateral EFGH are also equal. Therefore, all the sides of quadrilateral EFGH are equal. So we have shown that all the sides of the quadrilateral are equal. Is it sufficient to show all the sides are equal to say it is a square, or anything else that is required? I mentioned you in the beginning. What else is required?
Sir, interior angles are 90
Interior
degrees.
angle. That part is left. So now I simply have to show that interior angles of this quadrilateral are also 90 degree. That is, if I can only show one angle to be 90 degree, that will be sufficient, because if all sides are equal, that means EFGH is a rhombus, isn't it? If it is a rhombus, that means it is a parallelogram. And in a parallelogram, what happens? In a parallelogram, if one angle is 90 degree, then it must be a square, right? So therefore, if we can show only one angle to be 90 degree, then we can say it is a square. Now we shall show how this angle is 90 degree. Look at this now very carefully. Okay. Now these two triangles I have already proved congruent, right? Let's mark which angles are equal in these two. What are the angles that are equal? First of all, I can say this angle is equal to this angle by CPCT. I can say or not?
Yes,
I can
sir.
say. Okay. Also by CPCT, I can say that these two angles are equal. Right? Fine. That means, now see, if I take this angle as X, this angle will also be X. If I take this angle as Y, this angle will be Y. Right? Now consider this triangle. Consider this triangle here. One angle is 90 degree, all the other two angles are X and Y. And sum of interior angles of a triangle is how much? 90 degree, right? So X plus Y plus 90 must be equal to 180, right? Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me do it here at the side. In triangle HAE or AHE, whatever. Okay, X plus Y plus 90 must be equal to 180 because sum of interior angles of a square of a triangle, sorry, is 180 degree. That means what am I getting here? I'm getting x plus y is equal to 180 minus 90. That means x plus y is equal to 90. I'm getting, right? Call this 1. We'll be using this. Okay. So x plus y is equal to 90. Now you see, this angle is y. This angle is x. And let's say this angle is whatever, I don't know. This angle is HEA. Now these three angles are in the same straight line. You see these three angles are in the same straight line. Their sum must be 180, right? Right or wrong?
Yes,
See
sir.
angle y, angle x, and this angle here. They're all on the same straight line. That means sum of the these three angles must be equal to 180 degree. So we'll write this. Angle HEF plus x plus y must be equal to 180 because sum of angles on the same straight line is 180, right? So what do I get here? Angle HEF is equal to 180 minus x minus y. So I get 180 minus, you can take this as x plus y. But what is x plus y here? 90 degree. So is equal to 180 minus 90 from 1, which is equal to 90. So what have I shown? I have shown that this angle here is 90 degree. That means this is a quadrilateral in which all the sides are equal and one interior angle is 90 degree. That means it has to be a square. Therefore, uh, each interior angle, therefore, an interior angle of the quadrilateral EFGH is a right angle, right? Hence, EFGH is a square. Is it fine? Or any question here? No question? Okay.
No, sir.
Now I have done this in the usual notation here. Okay. If you find this difficult, you can go through this. Okay. I've taken X and Y here. This is perhaps you will find it, this is a more lucid notation. Okay. So perhaps you can go through this proof if you want to understand it better. Okay. So this was a very long proof and in fact, a very interesting question also. Now let us move on to another question, which I had already solved in trigonometry earlier. When I was discussing trigonometry, I had solved this question. And back then, I had told you that when we will be doing rectilinear figures, we'll be doing this problem once again. Okay. So if there is any chance that you are writing whatever I am discussing here, then you will find this question solved under trigonometry. Let us do this by the properties of rectilinear figures this time, not by trigonometry. Question here is ABCD is a rhombus in which angle A is equal to 60 degree. So let's draw a rhombus. Say this is your rhombus ABCD. Figure is not given to you, so you'll be drawing your figure on your own. ABCD is a rhombus in which angle A is 60 degree. This angle is given to you as 60 degree. You need to find the ratio of the length of the diagonal. That is, you have to find the ratio of AC is to BD. So you join these two. Okay.
Sir, AB is equal to AD.
Where AB is equal to AD. No, it is a rhombus, so all sides are equal definitely. All these are equal. Okay, and let's call this point of intersection of the diagonals as O. You need to find the ratio AC is to BD, ratio of the length of the diagonals. Okay. Okay, how to solve this? Now again, look at this very carefully. Very interesting question, and not very difficult also. Unlike earlier, last problem was the most difficult problem that you can come across. Okay. So ABCD is a rhombus in which angle A is 60. Now, if this angle A is 60, look at this triangle ABD. What is this triangle? This triangle is an isosceles triangle, isn't it? Yes, isosceles triangle in
Yes,
which
sir.
these two sides are equal. That means the opposite angles must be equal. This angle must be equal to. Okay, can you hear me, all of you, or is there some audio problem?
No, sir. Clear voice.
Can you hear me? But there's something stuck here. Okay, this works. Just wait a few seconds. Okay, it's not working. Wait for 5 minutes. I'll be back. Okay.